What's up, y'all? King Kevin in the building. Back at you with an update on Karmelo Anthony's case, which is a murder case now because the young man, 17 years old, track star, football star, uh, you know, pretty much mirrors my upbringing in high school. I was a football star, track star. I would have really played soccer too if it didn't collide with spring football because springtime, it's time to play football as well. So I understand him being 175. Well, he was 170 pounds. I was 175 pounds in high school. I ran a 400, 4x4, 200 high jump, long jump, and played cornerback and safety and some wide receiver. Now, so I say all this because you need some size to play football. You need some size and speed to run track and play football. And this young man, Karmelo, was a team captain on the track and football team. Now, the media's been playing a lot of games. They gave him a $1 million bond, and when they give you a $1 million bond, they're not trying to let you out. $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, $10 million. They give that type of bond to people who cartel, drug cartels, people who committed murders, and there's a slew of evidence or high publicity cases. And this is a high publicity case because now these people, judicial and politicians in Texas, up for re-election. So they have to put up a front. So they gave him that high bond to make a statement. Especially with a town like that, there's over half is Caucasians, and only a very small percentage is black. If I'm not mistaken, 9% of Frisco, Texas is black. They have to say, hey, we are on the white side of things, not the right side, the white side of things. And so, but luckily it was reduced. Now, Karmelo Anthony's lawyers has also been changed. Now they have a white lawyer. I'm not for certain it was a white lawyer before, a black lawyer before, but he definitely has a leading attorney as a white guy, and which is pretty smart because you don't want to go into all white territory. You feel me? Behind enemy lines, and you bringing all black staff with you when you already behind the 8 ball because they already have this whole racial thing going on, or he killed one of ours, and so we're gonna destroy him. So you want to come with a white attorney, just like someone who's been charged of, unfortunately, you know what? I'm not even gonna make that example, but I will talk about the subject. Now, Mr. Metcalf, the father of Austin Metcalf. Metcalf was 17 young football star who was also team captain at a school, who was killed while he was bullying this young man. There's plenty of witnesses, the people who were there. The video evidence will surface. Now, police confiscated everybody's phone that recorded. I don't know why they told people I recorded. I wouldn't have said nothing. I would have just sold the video to a news station. They would have got $1 million, at least $500,000. But the Metcalf family, they raised several $100,000 as well, and now also for the funeral arrangements. But Mr. Metcalf, who they're portraying, mind you, the media has been pushing this negative portrayal of Mr. Karmelo Anthony. A thug, he's violent, out of control, his family's unstable, another black unstable family, single mother, household man. He has his mother and his father in his life raising him. So they got that wrong and twisted. But if you've noticed, they've had the brother who was also bullying Mr. Karmelo. They had the brother and his mom, but never the brother and mom and father together. But they want to portray this picture they're a big happy family when they're not. They're definitely not. Mrs. Metcalf left the husband, and if I'm not mistaken, back in 2011, but left the husband when it came to light that he was charged with sexually assaulting someone. So the details of that case shows that he was arrested for that, and also several other crimes. And he's on TV now, fast forward to 14 years, 2025, as this big Christian leader, believing in God, with nonviolent people. But he's out here, condoning his sons, posting pictures with them with guns, which I'm not against posting pictures with guns. I truly believe in defending yourself, defending your family. But posting pictures with guns while they're calling black folks monkeys, all in the same line. And I'm quite sure they call them niggas too. I'm quite sure of it. Now, this is a white town, over 50% Caucasian, 8.5% black, and, the other races are there. And come to find out, and just to give you guys a little backstory, the Metcalf brothers were telling Mr. Anthony to exit their tent, which was on the bleachers. He went to Sentinel High School, or Sentinel High School United Track Meet, which was on a Wednesday, and it was raining. Now, according to some reports, it was raining cats and dogs off and on, so people were getting under, tents. When I played football and ran track, there were plenty of times when I was under other people's tents. I didn't stay there too long, but, coming from where I come from, Fort Lauderdale, I went to high school Deerfield, but I'm born and raised Fort Lauderdale, all in the same Broward County, South Florida area. I would know, students that went to Marnar. I would know students who went to Santa Lucia's, went to Deerfield, which was my school, Deerfield High. Students who went to Ely High School, BA, sometimes other counties, like, Palm Beach, Santa Lucia's, or Delray Rocks, Dade County, Miami, Edison. I don't know, athletes went to Edison, athletes went to Miami Gardens, Kansas City High, so Turner Tech High School. So it's nothing to be under another team's tent, especially if it's raining. And when it's, or it's real hot, for some reason, you guys might ran out of Gatorade. You might have ran out of water. So, hey, can I have some water? Some Gatorade. It was a lot of brotherly love, brotherly and sisterly love, because you ran track with women and men. You feel me? Even though there's different races, took part for both genders, but we showed each other love. It was some sort of camaraderie. But as of recent, it's like nothing is simple. Everybody done lost their minds. Now, for them, the Metcalf brothers to want Mr. Anthony to exit their tent, even though it's raining, that shows you that there's some hatred in their heart. I can't 100% say they're racist. You know what I'm saying? Because even the post I seen online could have been AI edited. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But if those posts are true, calling black folks monkeys while they're having guns in their hands and guns on their laps, then they're bona fide racists. And so for them to want him to exit the tent, and not only exit, but to put their hands on him, whether they touched him, and he did say, put your hands on me and see what happens. He did say that. And you have the right to say that. You want to tell people, hey, man, don't mess with me, bro. Mind your business. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know you guys, but I know this person. I know her. I know him. We vibing under this tent. So who's you to tell me to get out the tent? But then they pushed him. Now, Austin pushed him, and that's when the knife came out, and he got stabbed in the chest, and it killed him. Now, I'm not condoning him bringing the knife, because he's going to do some time or maybe some probation for bringing the knife. But self-defense, justified. Now, unfortunately, this was at a school event, and he could be facing some time. But may give him probation, some community hours, but he may lose the scholarships, and he won't be able to go back to school. Not to that school, you know what I'm saying? Just, because there's a lot of mixed messages, mixed information out there. The police are not really investigating Karmelo Anthony's side, but a good lawyer going to get to that. So I'm not worried about that. A good lawyer is going to get the evidence, the testimonies from everybody else to give a good painting of what actually took place during that incident on that Wednesday morning. And And I was thinking to myself, why are they having a track meet on a Wednesday morning? Unless it was spring break. So possibly spring break, like it is here in Georgia. I think spring break just ended yesterday. So students are back in school. But usually track meets are held after school or on Saturdays. You know what I mean? I love the Saturday track meets. But back to the topic at hand. The media been portraying him as a thug and violent, but they're not going into the history of their father. So watch out for the games. Watch out how they playing these games. You feel me? And luckily, one of the fathers who were there, a black guy who was there at the event, because his daughter was underneath that same tent. He's seen everything, and so video's gonna come out. The truth is gonna come out, but we need to definitely stand up and support this man. Now, the GoFundMe, I thought was was official, but it wasn't official. So I was looking for it. In my last video, I said, "Hey, I can't find it." GoFundMe took down the campaign that was not officially by the family, but Give Send Go, Give GIVSEND Go is actually the real fundraiser for the campaign. Now, we have tons of football stars, basketball, track, tennis, boxing. You feel me? Floyd Mayweather gave millions of dollars to the Israelis. I don't know why he gave the money to Israel and not the Palestinians. During the whole Gaza situation that was going on, the genocide that was going on. But you have these high-profile actors, athletes, actresses. He should have over $1 million right now. Letting those folks know, those racist Caucasians know, we here to defend this man, because it isn't just about him. This is something that all black men, males, and black females go through. You remember Sandra Bland? Who remembers Sandra Bland and what she went through up there in Texas? Now, where Sandra Bland and where this Frisco situation happened, I think it's Collier County, Texas, but it's 4 hours away from where Sandra Bland was killed in a jail cell. Now, they still haven't found anybody to give to them that, and they found her hanging. A woman who loved her life, a woman who had a lot to live for, was starting a new job, everything ahead of her whole world ahead of her, but they found her hanging in the cell, but don't have no camera footage, coincidentally, of who went into her cell. So this represents justice for all black people, not just in America, but also, around the world. Just like Haiti back in 1804, when this is a Haitian painting behind me, by the way, one of my favorite paintings, pretty big. I bought it from a Jewish lady, coincidentally. But when Haiti was the first and only independent black nation, especially in the Western Hemisphere, the first and only country that was built from a rebellion of Africans who fought and freed themselves. That has happened nowhere in the world, whether it be, Africans, whether it be Hispanics, Caucasians, whoever, aliens, whoever. That has never happened. So Frederick Douglass and Louis Joseph Janvier, who was Haiti's version of Frederick Douglass, who I'm going to get into in my book, Americas and Francis, A 1,000-Year War Against Haiti, Assassination of a Nation. Go to my YouTube, you see I talk about this guy. But they understood Mr. Douglass and Mr. Janvier, who were two spectacular black men, you feel me, in the mid-19th century, because 1884, when Louis Joseph Janvier book, Haiti for Haitians, that controversial book came out. I just finished it actually last night, so it's fresh in my spirit. But it calls to repeat because of the situation. They understood that Haiti represented all black people, because they said that and this was written all over France, written all over the U.S., and anywhere there's publications, that Haitians are lazy. Not just Haitians, black people. Black people are lazy, they're stupid, inferior, biologically, and psychological. We were inferior. You feel me? We were inferior in thought. We were inferior in being able to govern ourselves. So Frederick Douglass understood if they're saying psychologically we're inferior, then they're saying that, and they're going to make sure Haiti can't develop itself. So right now, tying into what's going on here, 2025, April 2025, they are saying that Mr. Anthony is incapable of being innocent in the situation because he's a black man and he's violent. He's naturally violent. He naturally comes from a broken home, which he does not, because his mom and dad are together, you know what I'm saying, together, or at least they have a good relationship and they're both in his life. And it comes from a stable home. But the Metcalf family comes from comes from some dysfunction. Not only the father is a white supremacist, he's out here claiming that he's this law-abiding, God fearing white man, and he's not. He's a bona fide redneck. And so, reason why we got to get up and support and share this video and other videos like this and posts like this, because we need to get more funding, more support. Not because they already trying to tarnish his image in the media, you feel me? But luckily, when he got out of court with his lawyers, he wasn't smiling, which was a good thing, because you don't want to smile and showing that you have no remorse for what happened. He's mean bugging, like he's serious, and he's taking the situation serious because his life is on the line. Young man, 17 years old, facing a life sentence in Texas. Yeah, 17, you're going to charge you as an adult. Your life is on the line. So that was a good PR advice. Don't smile. At least not walking out, courtroom. Show some remorse. He was dressed really nice. His body posture was like he a businessman. You feel me? Possibly future lawyer. He might want to go to school, be a lawyer one day. So, dude, that's a possible outcome for him. I do know that he wants, obviously, he was a team captain. This ain't no just average student. You know what I mean? If you're a dual athlete, student athlete, you feel me? That means, you love sports, you love school, and you love being a leader. And he's tied into the community. I love to hear you guys' thoughts. And by the way, I posted this on my Facebook. 235 comments on Facebook. People I didn't even know who was following me. White folks from all over. Majority Caucasians who posted racial things. They ain't got no smoke. No smoke for Kyle Rittenhouse, who killed two people. You feel me? And he claimed it was self-defense. He slaughtered 2 people with an AR-15. He didn't even have to. He could have shot in the air, shot him in the leg, but he did not any of them. Trayvon Martin, who was killed. He was killed walking out of the corner store, minding his own business. And tried to portray him as a thug. There's one guy yesterday, can't recall his name, but he killed his parents with a plot to go assassinate the president. And you hear very little of that. Very little of this white boy who just killed both of his parents and has a plot and plan to assassinate the president. But all the smoke, we got all the smoke for Mr. Anthony. So let's stay pay close, very close attention to this case. Don't let up. And there's thousands of cases of Mr. Anthony, around the country. But I must say this. If we got all this smoke for Karmelo Anthony killing a white boy, we need to have that same energy when a black man, a black boy kills a black boy. Because there's a lot of that going on. Just seeing just yesterday, the day before, these black teens shooting up apartment complex, 16, 17 years old. What's going on, folks? What's going on? But that's another subject, another day, another dollar. Y'all be blessed. KevinDorival.com. Look out for my books. Please like, subscribe to my channel, and better days ahead, y'all. All right? Justice for Karmelo Anthony.